just like the hair on our heads today. So if anybody tries to tell you that Egypt is a white civilization, you can point out this hair. So those of you who have your cameras, you want to make sure you take a good picture of it. But this is what Gaston Maspero, an Egyptologist, said about the hair in the Nile in Egypt. He says the hair was inclined to be wavy and even to curl into little ringlets, but without ever turning into the wool of the Negro. But take a look at that hair. It looks like wool, doesn't it? This is a picture of the hair that's on a figure that was found. So you can see what the person looks like and what the hair looks like.
Ashe, peace, love, light. Now we rise.
Dwells in the flesh of this lamb. Oh.
Well, Don, it began for me in 1963 when I was assigned to the Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers in Europe. I arrived in the summer of '63 and I was assigned to the Operations Division. I was further assigned to what we call SHOC, the War Room, the Supreme Headquarters Operations Center. In their source. The evidence that we had collected and the evidence that they had repeatedly demonstrated to us became very clear after a time that there was a program or a process of some kind underway, that they had demonstrated over and over and over again that they apparently were able to manipulate matter and time. I'm not enough of a physicist to try to explain to you what a dimension is, but the idea that there could be intelligences from somewhere else, from other dimensions coming and going into our reality. It's been quite a shakeup. I violate my security oath every time I speak about it because I feel so strongly that the American people not only have a right to know the truth, but they have a need to know the truth. The truth, Don, apparently is simply this, that we're not alone, we've never been alone. We are apparently part of an infinite universe filled with intelligent life. I find that exciting. The SHAPE study concluded in '64 that if they, whoever they were malevolent or hostile, that they could have taken this planet and cleaned it up and eliminated us, turned us into dog food or whatever, that the historical evidence indicates that they've been with us a long time. And I've concluded that we had what I like to call an intimate interrelationship with at least one of those groups. That point is I don't like the word alien. I don't think the term alien is appropriate at all here. I like to refer to them as family. We're related to them. I think they had a hand in our being here. And I think the time has come where we're about to meet our extended family. And the people are not ready. And one of the reasons I do speak out so bluntly and so openly is if in some small way I can help people get prepared for this. Because I believe that this reality, once we have accepted it and understood it and gone beyond the fear, will bring about an expansion of consciousness in the human race that will truly help us and prepare us to go out there and take our rightful place in that infinite community of life.
I know this is just mind-blowing. I can't believe it. What do you think? You can say up or comment section. Wow.
The little
Some
grays are
crazy
the ones
things.
that are supposed to be the most
Let's keep
common.
watching.
But to me, they're not frightening. I've spoken to them directly, and I think they're really very nice little guys because I've got to understand more about them. They are more of an android, a manufactured type. I call them the gophers. They're the ones that do the chores and do the errands. They send them down to do everything, and they don't understand what they're doing. It's kind of like the orderlies in the hospital, you know. They come in and take blood and they don't care. You know, they go in the next one and take their blood. And you say, wait a minute, I want to know what you're doing. And they say, oh, no. You know, that's the attitude I have about them. They're just doing what they're told. And they might look frightening, but that black things that are over their eyes are not their real eyes. That is a lens, almost like a sunglasses. Our friend standing over here, you know, it's almost like a sunglasses because they can't handle the radiation of our sun. It's to protect their eyes. And I was surprised when I saw the film on the alien autopsy. And many of you saw that, and it was around for quite a while, how they removed something from the eye, a black membrane type thing. And I thought, wow, I said, I've come across that in my books. In my work, and they said, when somebody read your books, and I said, this one hasn't been printed yet, you know, where I've discussed that they have something over their eyes. So they have come up with the same things that I've come up with, apparently. And the skin is very, very delicate. They said it would hurt them to blow on it even. It's very delicate. So they have to be covered with a kind of a membrane to protect their skin. Covers them all over. This helps to give them this mask-like appearance. But also the mask-like appearance comes from the fact that the aliens mostly communicate mentally, telepathically. And their digestive, they don't have any digestive organs as we know them. And over the time of the many, many evolutions with the evolution, their digestive elimination organs have atrophied. They don't use them anymore. They don't have to. So the same has happened with the base, the facial muscles, because they don't talk, they don't have to. These muscles have become very stiff and mask-like. And it's not that they're mean-looking, it's just that they don't use expressions.
Oh, hey, just had to fathom.
Very wait for not the keeping the but to it and the words I'm not ever from.
Do you think that is real?
Kan itu belerangnya gitu.
Oh my God,
Ada tempat foto di sini. Tuh. Kamu foto nggak tuh ada apinya? Oh my God. Itu bagus banget. Bagus banget.
Gimana ya?
Oh my God. Lagi aktif ya.
Di gunung.
Wih, tuh lihat terbang kan deh. Tuh ke bawah. Tuh terbang kan dari itunya.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wih. Wih. Kok? Kok?
Oh, what is happening?
Masih di situ mas. Wah. Wah. Cepat cepat. Ada. Cepat masuk deh.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Jalan, cari sana cari. Ayo Pak, nanti Pak serem sih. Jalan Pak. Udah, Chandra. Itu Chandra, itu bukan. Chandra. Bukan itu Chandra, tapi bukan nih. Ayo keluar. Ayo Kak.
What? Why were they running instead of start running? Or it was that dreams?
This video made a big light bulb go off over the top of my head. Can you see it? We're going down the rabbit hole, guys. Because I just remembered that I have a fuck ton of Bernstein Bears books somewhere. Some of those books are really, really old. They were given to me by a grandparent for my kids. And they belonged to their dad when he was a kid. What do we think the odds are that one or two of them might actually be spelled Bernstein with an E? Because I distinctly remember that it was spelled with an E, not an A. Let's go see.
On this episode here, we did a video about this book.
Aha!
You can
Look at that
watch it.
stack.
Those who
That's a
are
big
saying
stack.
nothing
Fucking
happened,
Bernstein.
let's watch
Okay, I've
this
sorted the
video
oldest
and
ones
see.
out, and the way I was able to tell which ones are the oldest ones are by the price on the back of the book. This book right here, $1.50. Copyright 1981. Bernsteins. Out of that whole stack, I have 6 of them that were all published in the 80s, and they all say Bernstein Bears. How is this possible? I thought for sure I was going to have one that had an E, not an A, but they all have an A. The dude in the video with the safe, how is it possible? Because all of these have an A. And this is from the 80s. It's from the actual 80s. This actually has me rethinking all the comments about they're fucking with us, because it can't be that they're fucking with us. These all have an A. And these are actually all from the 80s. So I don't
What?
think they're fucking with us. Somebody make it make sense.
Whoa, it's getting more and more creepy. This is a captured alien. As you can see, it looks like from our previous videos, descriptions about the eyes, the skin. Maybe it's even understanding what this guy is thinking. Look at this thing, man. No ears. Where are the ears? No hair. Whoa.
That's wrong.
Oh.
Your Lord.
I don't think this is real. What do you think about it? Or maybe you never know. What do you think about that video?
As someone who's had multiple real experiences with gray aliens, you should probably listen up. First off, all the aircraft you see, those are not their spaceships. In the 1930s and 40s, the Germans were developing something called the Nazi Bell. It was a reproduction of the Tartarian technology using red mercury to create a bell that would emit a frequency that would destroy all non-humans. They realized there was other applications when they found out that a mercury centrifuge reduced the gravity of an object surrounding it by 87%. That's why the TR-3B by the Air Force, the giant triangle that's a football field size, the one they're talking about in Congress right now, that's why it can be so big and just float in the air. Because it has a mercury centrifuge, so it reduces 80% of the gravity. I'm sorry, 87% of the gravity. I'm sure they've increased the efficiency of that centrifuge since then, so it's probably more like 90 to 95%. Every time that I've seen a gray alien, I've been in an altered state of consciousness, either because I was astral projecting or because I was meditating deeply. They don't live in this dimension, okay? Anytime someone's seen them, their minds, their consciousness has been altered by what are basically 4 to 6 inch grayish blue static balls of electricity. These things are like the demonic parasites that feed off of your energy and cause you to see scary images. They're taking the gray alien image because this is a longer game to use that particular image to put terror in the minds of all people around the world. They are evil, and they have absolute contempt for our existence, which probably connects them to the fallen angels. They don't like us. They don't like our emotions. They don't like our free will. In the Bible, when it says, Pharaoh looked upon Moses and he had red and rosy cheeks, he looked at him in contempt. The Pharaoh in the Bible is not an Egyptian Pharaoh. It's the gray aliens. Why is it that these aliens only reach out to top government officials? Why haven't they made themselves known? Don't tell me Prime Directive. 3 million people in America alone have alien abduction experiences. that would violate any prime directive these higher advanced civilizations would have. Outside of the actual physical craft that we see, all the other ones defy the laws of physics in a way that cannot be explained. Many astrophysicists have looked at these sightings and stated that they cannot possibly be physical, and not just that it's non-physical or interdimensional, that they are deceptive and ultimately evil and contradictory to human affairs. The smartest people who have studied this, who were non-religious people, have all come to the same conclusion. These are the demons from the Bible. It's kind of hilarious to see all these armchair UFO enthusiasts that are coming out of the closet now because the government's telling them the aliens are real. It's a friggin' joke. Do some research.
Oh, hey. This is why I stopped watching wrestling. Keep it chill. This guy, you know him, but you know you can't see him. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Hey, you guys. You can't tell me this is real. Yeah, this some suckers. I must have a enjoy watching wrestling, but it's fun, you know. But this, it's just they're even laughing. They're speaking to each other. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, you guys. Even football, sometimes it's scripted. Keep it tuned because soon we are going to come with those videos about how it happens in the Premier League. We also have them. You can see some here about which was speaking about Premier League. Keep it. Thank you.